Hello, Space Monkeys. Lorenzo here. This is Eeloo Tylo, episode 10. And if you watched the previous one, which 27 people did, my viewership is declining a little bit, but oh well, best not to look at those numbers too much. What we're going to do is time warping. And with those interesting subjects, I can imagine the viewership numbers. Oh well, woe is me. Let's see what we have. We have a new launch pad in a day. We're not building a ship because we're waiting on some technology. 11 days for the fuel system. 33 days for the course correction of probe Eeloo. 74 days for the course correction of the backup probe, and 71 days for the launch of the as yet unconstructed probe that we want to research, want to design after researching the fuel systems. So we will be time warping, designing, building, course correcting, and launching. I think that's a fair assessment of the situation. Let's warp to some fuel systems. And then we have a few ships to build. We have the probe to Eeloo to build, of course, with the magic material scanner. I forgot the name for now. We'll see that in a bit. And with the fuel systems we can also build interesting and complicated Minmus and lunar exploration crafts for more science points. Fuel systems complete just about now. That's a good thing. I'm happy with that. Still, this Kerbal alarm clock does the time warp for you. It winds it down, but I still feel that it goes too slowly. It could be more aggressive, but then again we saw some time warp induced errors the last episode, so yeah. Alright, we have technology. Let's have a look at what did we research. And we have 665 more science points, so we can proceed with the researching. We have now fuel lines, we have the smaller engine, which is good for a probe. We have portable carbonite sample kit. And the beauty is I'd selected all the mods for this series like a month ago when I started it. So now I forgot everything. It's like a whole new game. Analyzing soil samples. We'll not bring that. We'll not be landing at the first time. Mini drill, that's for landing expeditions. That's good. Generators, carbonite, that's the stuff. Can for the guys, well, it'll be unmanned, so need none of that. Detection array, this is what we want to bring. Scanning for concentrations. It's distiller, this seems like stuff for base building. A small and a large one. Ventral drill assembly, space potatoes, oceanic extractor. We can try this, like off the launch pad maybe. But what does it harvest? No, it harvests carbonite. Okay, that's interesting. This one harvests carborundum. And this detects carbonite. I still don't know the difference between the radial carbonite drill. So we've got carbonite and carborundum. Landing frame. Maybe the probe should land. Don't know the gravity of Eeloo. No, we'll send. Ah, darn it! We don't have the time to build 2 probes for the launch window. I think. With extra fuel, we can of course always still launch it afterwards. Yeah, we'll scout it out first with a scanner. Landing frame. Particle collector. Airborne carbonite particles. We'll get this as soon as we get some planes going. Carbonite tank. Yeah. Cool. So we have all that. So we will launch the scanner to Eeloo, and then we probably need some aircraft to harvest the carbonite particles from the upper atmosphere. I feel that, because apparently they're there, I feel that's a better idea than going into the sea, because I don't like that. So next up, planes. Or heavier rockets. What do we have? Wowzers! These are carbonite tanks. Apparently you can fuel rockets with carbonites. These are really big engines with very low ISP, and they eat carbonite. Alright. This is interesting. A carb electric generator. Carbonite fueled stuff. Minimum thrust. What's the benefit of these things? Oh, of course, you can harvest carbonite on planets. Yes, that's good. Mini carbonite engine. A carbonite SRB? I mean, why? I hope this resource makes a little bit of sense. Anyway, let's get the stuff and experiment with it. So let's build planes. And also I've never built planes, so that's good. Hello, oh here, look. Carbonite scoops and everything. Argon filter. Yes, let's try that out. This is going to be all kinds of crazy. Let's research aerodynamics. This will take 45 days, so that's another one to add to our thing. And let's go to the vertical vehicle assembly building, where I'll cut out the video for just a second and whip up something to discuss. See you in a sec. And there we have it, the Voodoo scanner. Look at that. It's a lightweight, portable magic detector. Ooh, I misplaced the antenna. Let's make them so that they will not stab the solar panels. And yes, that's something that cannot happen, but let's design it anyway. A few things. I tilted the solar panel so that there is hopefully no angle at which the probe will not receive any power. I put a small tank and a small engine, the new one, for the final maneuverability. Then let's zoom out a bit. Then a upper stage booster rocket here that has another 3.8 kilometers per second of boost, and then the orbital lifter. Very, very basic. Still, this is important for us, so let's simulate it. Let's see, how do you do that? I forgot. I think I have to do that from this thing. Kerbal construction time. I'm fairly sure it wasn't the launch button here. Let's save it, the Voodoo scanner. Let's move to our temporal management plugin. Fairly important. VAB. So I have to do it in the VAB then. Sorry about this, I just haven't forged onwards enough. Alright, let's simulate it first. All we want to know is to see whether it's stable. I trust the delta V figures. Actually, I have no idea how much it takes to get to Eeloo. It's pretty far out, but we've got 11 kilometers per second, which is enough to which is enough to escape the solar system altogether. So it should be fine. Actually, is it? I don't know if it is, but I think it is enough to escape. Right, we have the flight engineer window here. We are not using it a great deal. Let's see, we don't have SAS, of course. So the big question is the controllability good? It's not that good. It's not that good. I didn't take the gimbalable main engine, and I think I'm paying for that. I have the grid fins, the elevons on the side, but they're not really doing anything. So let's see if I can. Oh wow, we have 1% crust carbonite, no ocean carbonite, very low amount of atmospheric carbonite, and I don't know what int pi is. But this is a simulation, so those numbers are all fake. Also, we are going way too fast, I can't control it, this is not a good rocket. Do I have to end the simulation? Revert to the editor. Thank goodness for simulators. Okay, less thrust on this, and a different engine here with the gimbal. I mean, we don't really need to thrust that much. Okay, let's simulate it. We are loaded in cash. We can afford these things, so let's profit from them. Hell yes. By the way, I'm thinking of finding some freelance graphical artist to make a short introduction. I'll pay a couple of bucks and I'll get a few seconds of video for channel branding. This is beside the point of the show, but if that's you, if you want to contribute to the channel by making a small soundbite, like 3 or 4 seconds max, that identifies the channel, and you want to do that for me for fandom or for a few bucks, let me know, because professionalizing, yay, or something. First though, this now hopefully more controllable booster. That switch in engine combined with the weaker boosters may not have been the best thing, but still we're going up. We have 1.5 thrust to weight. I could reboost the boosters a bit harder. I'm sure that's a favorite sentence somewhere. Controllability is definitely up though, so that's good. We're at 1.6. This isn't the most efficient descent, but it's very controllable. So I will be able to make a more efficient trajectory, I think. Yeah, this way the rocket is just basically unruinable. And it will still do good. Very dark a simulation like this. Let's cancel it. Build it. Stop the simulator. Oh, stop the simulator. I already said I wanted to build it, didn't I? Yeah. Voodoo scanner is now being built. Hooray. How long will that take? Will it be done in time? 9 days. Our launch window is in 60 days. So yes, it will. That's great. Actually, this is the first thing that's going to happen. So I kind of want to design my Minmus and Lunar Explorer as well, so we can build it after. I will just go ahead and do that and show you the results. And here we have it, the big Honker 2. It uses something magical called asparagus staging, where the outer stacks drain first, drop away, and leave the rest of the rocket fully fueled. This not insignificant development has been enabled by the advent of fuel lines. This little thing has 11.2 kilometers per second of delta V. That's more than enough to get into orbit around the real Earth, actually, and drops many stages. So we will see this in action now, as I will run a quick simulation, because all these fuel lines and stuff, they kind of have a tendency to muck about. They don't, but all the many stages, they can get wobbly, and one cornerstone technology that we have not as of yet unlocked is that of struts. So as you can see, this is fairly dangerous. Fairly dangerous indeed. Look at that thing go. Holy shit, there is lots of crunching going on, a very professional rocket term. And I am astounded by the degree of control, well, not control, but I'm astounded that this thing goes straight up. I mean, this doesn't look like it should go straight up. And it really isn't. There's nothing I can do for any control. I can try again to swap out the engines with the gimbaled kind. Oh, look at that, there's the moon. But this isn't controllable in any way. There's no way to justify this, no way to deem this controllable. So that's a problem. Now that the boosters are run out though, is it controllable now? Yeah, it's sort of controllable now. I can at least decide where I want this thing to point. And this is not a good steering option, but let's see if the staging works. 2 stages are dropping away, that works. 2 more dropping away, that works as well. Pretty good. Then our rocket ship igniting, that works. 2 stages being set free, that works. More stages being set free, all of that works. Now the final rocket goes. Look at how many pieces. So that at least works. Now we just need to make those boosters not be so crazy. Alright, revert to the editor. If I throttle them back, they will lose their point. I mean, they are boosters. Maybe I can... I mean, I just need a strut here. Let me just double check that I actually really don't have the struts. Structural? No, no struts. I could put stuff like this, but I don't think that would do a lot. Would it? Let's try. It's like do-it-yourself strutting. If I put like this, I mean, it won't go well, I don't think. Let's try that. If it does work, well, hurrah. If it doesn't, I don't know what the next step will be. Alright then, let's launch it. No, there's still squishy. What if I steer now? I mean, now I surely have some control. If I wrench it with everything I've got towards the 90-degree angle, I mean, it wasn't unstable, it was just unsteerable. So if I steer it in the beginning, maybe it will be unsteerable in the right direction. That's a valid thought, yes? Oh god. Something is happening. This is surprisingly steerable now. We're still going fast. We're halfway through the booster phase, which is the dangerous phase with this rocket. We are halfway through the booster phase. I'm deeming this as a perfectly safety recommendable, decently flyable ship. And it's still called the Big Honker, so it can't be too mundane. Alright, let's make some fireworks again. Let's... Ooh, damn, everything's going its merry own way. I see some explosions, no idea what they are doing. Look, they're Christmas lights. Oh, what? This looks strangely mesmerizing. Yay, a great success. Now I need to use this button. Revert to the editor. Only 2 simulations to... Well, we'll just leave those struts. Maybe they did something magical. Let's build the vessel. Alright then. Big Honker 2 added to the build list. Now let's resume with our core business, which is time warping. Time warping. Warp to complete. And our tech, that will take lots more days. So the next thing that's going to happen is the course correction for the probe, and then the launch actually. How long will this thing take? 20 days. No, we can launch this mission before. Yeah. Oh man, that timer stuff is horrifyingly complex apparently. Alright. Time for the course change. Let's stop the warp and actually go and jump to ship and restore target. Yeah. Yay, I'm loving these modern functionalities. Good stuff. Alright, let's do a systems check on the probe. We can move it. It has resources and fuel. Everything appears to be as it should be. Right on. Now, reminder. Fine-tune our dual approach. So let's put our maneuver node for here, just after the ascending node. Focus on... Can we focus on... We can focus on Tylo, I think, but maybe that's a little bit optimistic. We wanted to do our maneuver node, so let's burn radial. Like so. Did that do anything? And now we need to take it closer to Joule, obviously. Now we need to make sure, of course, that we are approaching at the right clockwise-ity, if that's a word. But I'm not going to bother about that now. I am going to just put the periapsis really close as I can to a... Oh, this appears to be really close. And in the proper angle, because that way it won't be too hard to fine-tune afterwards. Why can't I get the correct plane? I mean, this maneuver node will happen at the descending node, yes? Oops. Best not mess with the pro and retrogrades, I don't think. Apparently I don't understand this stuff at all. Hey, we can make a Tylo encounter. That's good. Yeah, let's try this. If we can set it up for an encounter immediately, that's awesome. And I think these were going counterclockwise. We will check that out by time warping and staring at this. Yeah, they're going counterclockwise. I should just remember that forever. Okay, so we have 12 minutes to go. Oh, this maneuver is quite hefty. It's 700 meters per second. Alright. Let's... Yeah, I don't need the alarm for this now. Not anymore. Alright, we're gonna do this. 700 meters per second. We were already going to encounter Tylo. What has changed in this? What? No, we were already going to encounter Jewel. Oh, now we will encounter it like a million times later. This is maybe not good. No, let's try and make that again. Sorry about that. That was like basically retooling our entire orbit, where we would have encountered Tylo, but we would have done so like many months later, which isn't really wasn't what we were going for, and also explains why I couldn't get the plane right. Alright, which I can now. But this is doing the same again. No, I don't want to change my plane by this much. Alright, I also don't want to be doomed to encounter it really far away. So let's see if I can do that with a bit of prograding. Yes. Yes, this is lots better. It's also lots more sensitive. And now I use the scroll wheel, which is also horrible. Alright, and now why is this like the way it is? I can imagine why nobody watches these videos and just baffled by the orbital mechanics all the time. Apparently. Alright. Yeah, this isn't a proper orbit to go for. Jesus. Alright, starting over. What is the ascending node? What happens if I just tweak it like so, that it becomes 0? I think that's a good plan anyway. And that's about 300 meters per second. Minus O2. Minus O2. What happens to our encounter here? Dual encounter in 3 years? Like the next time, or what? No, not the next time. Dual encounter, this is just apparently going to take 3 years instead of 2 now. Alright. Now I just want to have a closer periapsis. Yeah, like so. 15 million. And let's see if I can get it like even. This is an impact trajectory. That's great. Yes, we're gonna go for that. That means that we can fine-tune it once we are, like, I don't know, only half a year away from Joule. And it's 366 meters per second, so we're not gonna get it exactly right anyway. But I'm sick of this probe, and I'm disappointed that it will take 3 more years to get there. And I would rather be there today. And research the sciences and overtake it. Oh yeah, the goal was of course to overtake these probes. So we need to research quicker methods of propulsion so we can get there really soon. That's actually quite a fun goal. So yay, no worries at all. Everything is fine. Right, cutting that. That's on course to Joule now, surely. Let's not check that, that's cheating. We did the burn, and we'll just have to see. I don't know what this is implying. It's a disco probe now. And the encounter went from here to here for some reason. Oh well. Hope the batteries last. Back to the space center. We are going to be a lot closer than just grazing it. I think that makes it probably makes some kind of sense. Alright, so the next thing that's gonna happen is the completion of the big honker. Of the big honker. And what the hell do we have to build after that? I don't know what we're gonna build after that. We just want to launch the voodoo scanner. And we may not actually be able to... An aeroponics module. We can do space station building. And we will need more science for that. Yeah, we're not gonna bother about designing craft at maximum capacity because we have technology to wait for. We have many interesting things to do. Yes, warp to the next big thing. Yeah, and the big honker will get lots of science from Minmus and the moon and money from the contracts. From these, do we have a time limit of these things? Deadline 12 years, deadline 9 years, deadline 9 years. Yeah, we have a time limit, but we don't have a time limit. Cool, so the big honker is all ready. I will do the following. I will put the big honker in orbit, and then, what, we got science? What did we get science from? Also, we have a space station, and we have been time warping lots of times. Let's see if they are still doing okay. KCT added science, Kerbal construction timer. Why would they add science? Because we built a vessel, and that's apparently amazing. Cool. Can we get this over a new biome or something? Why do we have this here? Oh god, I don't have a clue what we're doing here. They have 500 days of food remaining. That's cool. I hope Bob is not going insane yet. I hope he's getting lots of flight experience. That he should be getting. Alright, so the big honker is like about ready for going. Let's roll that out. Oh, that will take a million years. 3 days to put that stuff on the launch pad. Jesus. And now we have to launch it at night, because otherwise it's gonna forget that we fixed the launch pad. Or we could just incur that bug. Oh, we still have to roll it out. Oh no, we can launch it now. We can probably warp on the pad. So yeah, let's take Bill along, and we will time warp some on the launch pad to make it daylight. Yes, that's a good idea. We'll put it in orbit, and then I'll finish the episode, because we've been mucking about for longer than I expected. And, well, that stuff takes time. Alright, time warp engaged. Hope the ship will survive. It's always dangerous to engage your singularity drive like right next to populated buildings. But Bill Kerbin doesn't care. Alright then, first target Minmus. First actual target, low Kerbin orbit. Here we go. Simulation set. We had to steer like right off the pad because we're going to enter the non-steering phase of the flight. The ballistic arc, the missile impersonation, if you will. Fuel lines are performing, fuel is being pumped. Bill can hear the sloshing, but he doesn't mind. Also, I think I didn't put any antennae on this thing. No comms devices. It looks like we may be heading for a crash. The real world may not have acted just the same as the simulation. Or Bill pressed the wrong button. How are we doing for... what's this? Kerbal Engineer? Okay, how are we doing on funds? We may not crash. We actually are steering the rocket. Chute deployment is now unsafe. That's a problem. If we wanted to deploy a chute. I wanted to check our accounts. Oh, we're still good. Alright, we are pitched over way too much, but we can probably fix that after we get rid of the boosters, which we will do now. Alright then. Some exploding. That's probably good. Oh, we need to get rid of more boosters. Oh, more exploding. That's not good. Lots of things going to happen. Why does it say time warp ×1? Was it at more? Alright, let's not give up. My controls seem to be having the opposite effect. Could it be these struts that are being horrible? I think we can scrub the mission. This has been a launch failure. Can we land it safely? If we can recover some more of the rocket. Let's try and make for land. Bill needs to... is that the closest land? It's just going straight back? No, we need to like turn this way, turn sideways. Big Honker has no operational SAS modules. I don't know what kind of a pilot Bill is actually. Is he like the piloty kind or the sciencey kind or something else entirely? If we want to make land, we have to ditch these stages. Let's not make fireworks this time. I think these girders have thrown a wrench in the works. They appear to have been a little bit glitchy. Let's see if we can save all of this. We can't. This has a negative thrust to weight ratio. We can't. We won't be able to soft land this. Okay, let's get rid of everything then. And this doesn't even go. Actually, this has the same thrust to weight ratio as those things. Okay, well, let's keep the engine firing for as long as we can to just get rid of as much fuel, because this is now quite a lot heavier than it was intended to be landing under parachute guidance. This actually might deplete it before we get there. Oh no, stop it. If we get the speed to 0, the parachute will vanish, because then it will feel unnecessary, unneeded and unwanted. And at 0 speed it will just pop out of existence, which isn't a good thing. Alright then, time warping to Bill's hopefully safe splashdown. We're doing 12 meters per second. I think it's possible that the engine and the tank will explode. If they do, it won't be a nice day for Bill. But he might just get his chair rumbled a little bit. The good bit is, the upside of this is that we now have a justified reason not to launch these ships without struts, where we can wait for strut research and do more time warping. Oh, stop it! Whoa, I just hit the water at ×4 time warp and nothing bad happened. I can't believe that happened. Okay, recover the vessel. So for the next episode, we're gonna do science. We're gonna unlock struts, we're gonna try airplanes, we're going to fly lots of weird contraptions and do lots and lots of time warping as well. He did get experience. That's great. Actually, we'll do a bit of that time warping now. Launch pad reconditioning. Does that take 10 days? Man. Actually, the launch window for the probe is coming right up. Yeah, we'll select the next the next bit of kit to research, and then I'll finish the episode. I think that's a good deal. 10 days launchpad reconditioning. Oh my god. That's like forever. Alright, yeah, so the next episode we can launch the Eeloo probe and tweak the backup probe. And the weirdness of these trajectories to Tylo make me think that backup probes are indeed a good thing. Cool, we have aerodynamics technology now. Let's move to the building here. Aerodynamics technology has been researched. Cannot research stacks over 100 science because we need to upgrade the science building. But let's get all of these first then. This has struts, we want this. It also has a training academy, which we will put in orbit. That's nice. Stack tricoupler, that's good. Containers, container mounts, stuff for bases, which we are far away from at this point. But we shall research struts. 22 days. And then afterwards, we can research more advanced construction. Repair shops, colony control center. Wow. Look at this. We're gonna build so much crap. And send it to places. Planetary survey. Crystal resources. Oh man. This is going to cost me my life. This is cool. Everyone, tell your friends to watch this show. It's so nice. We will get lots of stuff done at some point. But first, time warping. And check out the next episode for the future, guys. See you later. This was that today. Yeah.